This is Sandy Tankoos, and I'm here this afternoon with Deborah Norville, who is the anchor of Inside Edition.
Yep.
And also the creator of Deborah Norville's line of yarn. Good afternoon.
Thank you. I'm very excited about both of those identifications.
Well, you're someone who is admired by so many people, and you're so talented, and we all know you from Inside Edition. How did you come to yarn?
My career is really due to the fact that I'm a sewer, I'm a crafter, I'm a knitter, a crocheter, a needlepoint, counted cross stitch, macrame, hooked rugs. The only thing I never did, I tried but I couldn't do it, was tatting. My grandmother tried to teach me to tat, and it was too small. I'm not good with fine motor stuff. And my career is due to the fact that I do all those things. When I was a senior in high school, growing up in Northwest Georgia, there was this contest that you could find out about if you cut fifth period. So I cut fifth period to go hear about this contest. And it was a thing from the local junior miss. And if you competed and won certain categories, you could win scholarship money. Well, I was broke, so I was in. So I signed up to try to win some money for my college. And you had to have a talent. Well, I was too scared to sing in front of people. I can't play the piano. I don't have very good rhythm. I can't twirl the baton. I don't do jazz, tap, ballet, or anything like that. And I couldn't even do Joan of Arc dying at the stake, which is what non-talented people usually do. Where I grew up in Georgia, there's three things that matter: football, beauty pageants, and God, in that order. So we knew about talent in these contests, and I had no talent. So the only thing I could do was demonstrate my sewing ability. So I took a bunch of homemade outfits that I had made, and I had my cousin take his camera and take photographs and, tight on the hand in the, slash pocket or whatever. And I did a fashion show of my homemade outfits, so my talent was sewing. Half of your score was your judge's interview and your grade point average. Well, I was really smart and I could talk to the table and both of us would have a good time. I won. So I went to Atlanta and I competed in the state contest. And I won that one with sewing as a talent. And then it meant I had to go to the national contest, and the ladies in Atlanta who ran the state then took this really seriously, and they said, well, honey, don't you sing when you sew, or can't you tap dance and sew? And I said, no, ma'am, I just sit there. And they rolled their eyes like, Georgia's not going to win. And they were right. Georgia, I probably wasn't even 48th runner-up. But the pageant was televised by CBS, and I saw the guys who were rigging the lights and pulling those heavy cables and setting up the cameras and building the stage, and they worked like dogs, but they were so friendly and so happy and didn't seem to be belly aching about what they did. And I thought, gosh, this must be a really fun job. So I decided TV was what I wanted to do, and I realized that I had thought I wanted to be a lawyer, but it was really research about law. So I figured if you took the research of law and the production of television, you put it together, you'd be a TV reporter. So the yarn preceded anything in my career, but most people don't know that, because as my career got more and more advanced and I made it to the big time here in New York, I was told in no uncertain terms, don't tell the people you sew your own clothes. For God's sakes, don't mention that you knit. It was considered so detrimental to my image as a journalist, and you have to say that with a deep voice, that I was forbidden to talk about this aspect. So a few years ago I said, what the hell with those people. I started talking about what made me feel vibrant and jazzed and excited and creative, and this small yarn company in North Carolina had heard that I was a knitter, and they looked me up out of the blue and said, would you like to collaborate on a yarn collection? I went, yeah, and here we are. And all of this behind here is part of the result.
That's incredible.
You know what? The moral of that story is, don't be afraid to embrace who you are, whatever your age is, because your demographic is targeting the people on the other side of 50. Whatever stage you're in your life, embrace who you are, embrace what makes you you, celebrate it, brag about it if it's braggable, but don't hide it, because when you do, you're not being true to yourself. And kind of the magic is, when you do embrace what you are all about, opportunities and doors start opening.
That's wonderful advice. Where can people find your yarn?
I'm at Joann's. I'm at Hobby Lobby.
Well, where are these places?
You want to know every individual
No,
Joann's
no,
store?
but,
there are 800 and something of them in
Oh,
America.
sorry.
No, this is like a
Okay.
major, my yarn is all over the country. It's in Joann stores, it's in Hobby Lobby stores, it's in AC Moore. You can find us online. PremierYarns.com is the yarn website. You can access it through my website. DeborahNorville.com is probably the easiest one. You'll remember that maybe. And you just click through, and the entire collection is there. And I'm really excited because we've just launched, I think, 5 new yarns, variations of yarns, but one that is absolutely revolutionary. It's called Deborah Norville Every Day. What are the 2 things you hate about sweaters?
Well, they itch sometimes.
They itch, and then what's the other thing?
Too warm?
Well, they get those little balls.
Oh, yes.
They get those
Yeah,
little
they
pilly
pill.
balls.
Yes,
They pill
right,
up.
yeah.
Guess what this yarn doesn't do? This yarn doesn't pill. And this yarn is super, super soft. So it won't be itchy, and you'll never get those annoying little balls on the elbows or the sleeves or whatever because of this revolutionary new fiber that we've got. It comes in 24 pattern shades, variegated shades, and a dozen solid shades, and I am so excited about it. And we're starting to get comment from people. It's just been out about 3 weeks, and we're starting to get emails. And this one lady emailed the company, and she said she doesn't typically pick up anything new because she's got her stash, and you know, we all tell ourselves we have to knit through what we've got before we go buy something new. But she couldn't resist, and she said, I have never written anybody about a product in my life, but I tried out this yarn and I'm in love with it. So, satisfied customer.
Well, thank you so much, and I just want to ask you before we say goodbye, do you have any advice for women over the age of 50, or men, I guess, if they enjoy knitting as well, but do you have a secret to life, or perhaps you've already given us your secret to life?
Well, I think the idea of embracing you, and I've been a believer for a very long time. If you know who you are and what you're all about, really all the answers, all the advice that you're looking for is there, because who you are is the center hub of a wagon wheel. And if you know who you are, that hub is here and it's solid. And every other decision you make, what do I do about my career? What do I do about my life? What do I do about my hobbies? What do I do about where I want to live? Every decision you make, if you know who you are and you base it on that information, your decision's going to be right. And you'll be confident about it, and you won't rely on the experts. You know, we want somebody else's opinion. The heck with anybody else's opinion. If you know who you are, the decisions you make are going to be great.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
This was easy.